everybody and welcome back to the Traction channel for another brand new video. Now, last week I was away on holiday, and while I was away on holiday, Raceroom had an offer on where every single car and track was free to try out on the platform, and we actually made a video about this suggesting some amazing car and track combinations that you ought to try out while it's free. Now, because I was away, obviously I was very jealous, but when I got back I really wanted to jump on one of those combos specifically, and that is the electric Volkswagen IDR around the Nordschleife. Of course, we also saw the famous Nürburgring 24-hour race take place just last weekend, so there is no better time to jump into the sim and pretend to be Romain Dumas. Now, when the Volkswagen IDR launched 4 or 5 years ago, Romain Dumas took it around some of the most famous events in the world, some of the most famous circuits in the world, and broke many records both outright and for electric vehicles. And the question for today's video is, can I beat Romain Dumas' electric record around the Nürburgring Nordschleife? Now, the benchmark stands at 6 minutes 5.336 seconds, so that is what I'm going to be aiming for today. Let's jump in and give it a go. Okay, here we are in the cockpit of the IDR. I'm going to select drive. Now, this is my first time driving this car in Raceroom. We should have another gear though, which is S. I'm assuming that's speed or sport or superb, something like that. We've also got DRS as well. I'm doing a practice session, so the DRS use is unlimited. I'm going to do one out lap, and then we'll see where we stand. I have no idea, by the way, how competitive this record's going to be on Raceroom, like whether it's going to take me numerous attempts, whether I'm even going to be able to beat it, or maybe I'll beat it on my first hot lap. I really don't have any benchmarks. It's the first time driving the car, so we're going to have to get used to a lot of different things. Very, very high downforce, loads of grip through the corners, but it is a hill climb car. It was built, I believe, for the Pikes Peak hill climb, which it did break the record for back in 2018. It also broke the Goodwood record as well. Maybe not officially, but at least during practice runs. So, you know, this car has hill climb pedigree. Around a big circuit like the Nürburgring, though, it's a little bit different. So far, though, everything feels very under control. You can carry so much speed through the fast corners. Just going to use this outlap, really, to get used to it. Let's just activate DRS, and yep, we get a little bit of a speed boost. That's good. Now, this car is available to buy on Raceroom for just over £3 at the moment. The Nürburgring circuit, as well, is also available for just under £7, I believe. So in total, you're looking at around about a tenner to be able to buy these 2 bits of content, and from what I've seen and heard, I definitely think it's going to be worth your money. Need to remember to activate my DRS whenever I'm on a straight here. So 6 minutes and 5 seconds, that is a very, very quick lap time, so much quicker than GT3s and the like. It's going to be a case of getting used to the drivability of this thing. Now, it's 4-wheel drive, 2 electric motors, equivalent of around about 680 brake horsepower. So it's not madly powerful. I mean, it is very powerful, don't get me wrong, but we're not looking at 1000 bhp here. Probably trying to keep it a bit lighter. It's 4-wheel drive as well, so 680 horsepower going to all 4 wheels, so we should have tremendous traction, if a little bit of understeer under acceleration. Car weighing just over a ton, I think it's 1,100 kilos, or there or thereabouts. I'm not driving it quickly yet, we're just trying to ease my way in. I've turned damage and stuff off for the sake of the video because I don't want to have to redo the whole outlap having made one mistake. But let's see how we get on. I don't know, difficult to have any expectations really. If we're miles off on the first lap, we'll give it another go. Everything so far is easy to be under control though. It's good on the brakes, lots of grip and acceleration, a little bit understeery in like situations like that. You can see the steering lock I'm having to apply quite a bit more than the actual rotation on the car. This could just be a setup thing. I'm also on the completely default baseline setup, using a Fanatec DD Pro steering wheel as well with the boost kit, so force feedback's nice and strong. It actually deactivated over a bump there. I didn't press the brakes. I just hit a big bump and it turned itself off, which is interesting. Really lacking, of course, in straight line speed. Let's try and take this flat out with the DRS open. Actually, reasonably stable, so in the really fast corners you can keep DRS open and still have a bit of downforce. Not through there though. Oh my goodness, okay. So we do have to be a little bit careful. I've just downshifted. Why have I done that? Raceroom is another one of those long-standing sims that's been around for a fair while now, built off the remnants of the likes of Race 07 and the old GTR games. Some incredible games have come from this studio in the past, which used to be Simbin, now Sector 3. And yeah, they keep on improving it, keep on adding lots of content. The handling changes, the tyre model's good, and it's, you know, I've talked about it a few times in this Traction channel. It is a great base game, especially for people trying to get into sim racing. It's a really, really nice, accessible way of getting in without too much fuss. Extremely plug and play. a bit like the likes of Automobilista 2, but I'd say the race room physics are a tad more realistic. Sadly, no V10 engine note screaming through the forest like we would normally like to see, but that doesn't affect the way the car handles and feels, and yeah, it's good. It's very good indeed. I need to try and remember to open my DRS as often as possible as well. Try it through here. Oh, had to lift a little bit. Oh, opening it mid-corner is not good. Okay, I'm getting a good feel for the car now. Just to be clear as well, I've got fuel usage off because, well, there's no fuel. It's obviously a battery, and there's no point running out of battery midway through the lap. But I do have no assists on or anything like that, so it's factory ABS, factory traction control, and I don't believe there are either on this car. I might be wrong, but pretty confident there's not. I've forgotten to open DRS. And now, the biggest weakness of this car being exposed is lack of straight line speed on the limit. I mean, 260 kilometers with DRS open. It's not that many. It's not built for big long straights. It's built for hill climbs where you need lots of acceleration, grip. Let's see. Let's just try and set a safe benchmark first time out and see where we're at. I'm not going to go completely 100%. Just going to do a nice steady banker. We'll use all the road. I'm already forgetting my DRS, so we're going to open that now. There we go. Little blast. Had to be a bit hesitant on the throttle. You do get a bit of understeer in this thing. There's huge amounts of downforce and grip, don't get me wrong, but on corner exit, if you put the power down a bit too much, you get that classic four-wheel drive understeer. Having to put in quite a lot of steering lock as well. Let's get the DRS activated. Now, I'm probably going to take it off up here just to be extra safe, especially in this first lap. We'll try taking it flat out. I actually lifted a little bit. I wasn't quite trusting that the car would stay on the road. Didn't want to invalidate the first lap. Get back on the DRS. Much higher speed going down the hill, that's for sure. We'll take it off. Very bumpy through this left-hander, but it's easy flat, hard on the brakes, no downshifts required, of course. Oh, I've gone in a bit deep. Very forgiving though, to be honest. I was right on the limit there, went too deep, and the car didn't try and attack me, it didn't bite back. It just kind of happened. And we've got a 117.5 in the first sector. Love this section. One of my favourite slow sections of circuit anywhere in the world. It's just got a beautiful flow to it, slowing down from one corner to the next. DRS open, almost forgot. That is going to be a difficult thing to remember every time. Touch the grass there. Oh, badly compromised. That's cost me a lot of time. Can actually use the DRS to get the back end out a little bit when we need it to rotate. Just putting it on early gives you that little bit of oversteer on corner exit, and sometimes that's what you want. TV remote's just falling off the rig. Gonna leave DRS open through here. That's fine. On the brakes hard. The brakes are very good indeed. All about exit speed from here. Let's get the DRS open. Again, there we go. Coming up to another sector point, a meaningless sector point, and it's a 252.5, whatever that means. Now, because of the high downforce and low top speed, I reckon this corner's flat out with the DRS open. Let's find out. Yeah, easy. I'm going to take it off for this one, though, because of what happened on the warm-up lap. Curb, grass. Whoa. I'm actually just turning in a bit too early, I'd say, there. Missed my apex a little bit, but we're on the power. Get the DRS open. Barely unsettles the car, in all honesty. Towards carousel. Oh, a bit too deep. Didn't quite get the banking, and that's going to cost me a bit of lap time. No issues with traction on corner exit with that four-wheel drive system. Oh, too much curb. Yeah, it's been a scrappy lap. I tried to keep it clean and safe, and it has been fairly safe. There's been a few hairy moments, but generally speaking, just a little bit scrappy. So difficult to learn a brand new car that's completely unique and different to everything else this quickly, especially around somewhere as technical as the Nordschleife, but it's honestly behaving nicely. I'm enjoying it. Oh, bit of curb, open DRS for a split second. Back on the power, more DRS. Finally getting into the habit of remembering, get the apex on the power. Nice enough through there. I'm going to take the DRS back off for this left. Back on it again, back off it again. The brakes, use the downforce. Such a good circuit. Scary. No, shouldn't have activated it through there, that was a complete mistake. But we got away with it. Remember guys, 6:05.336 is the time I'm aiming for. I hope that's right anyway. I'm not going to stop and check. Oh, bit more curb. There's definitely a lot more on the table from this first lap, but it's been a solid enough banker. I think, you know, I wouldn't want to be a million miles away. DRS open, we're currently at 5:28, so 35 seconds. I don't think we're going to make it in the first run. Will we get within 10 seconds? Maybe a 6:15. Okay, around the last corner, it's going to be around about a 6:15 actually. 6:16, right. Let's push on a little bit in the second lap. Going to talk less and focus more. We're going to need to find 12 seconds, just over 12 seconds on this one, if we want to beat the record. A second up in the first sector, that's not enough. Second split now. I'm going to need to find much bigger gains. 2.5 up, so I need to find another 10 seconds still. And we're already, almost halfway through the lap, so don't think it's going to happen. Finding ways of driving this car a bit quicker. You have to be a little bit more aggressive with the inputs. Almost chuck it in and it tends to actually react quite well to it, so I'm just learning that now, but I'm probably too little too late. For this lap at least. So forgiving, this car. I cannot believe how much I'm getting away with when I really start attacking the corners and understeering. Okay, that was horrible, but it's actually letting me get away with so much over driving. Ooh, on the grass, scary. Get DRS back open. 4.48 up, not nearly enough. Down the straight, it's only 4.81, so we're looking, maybe 6:13, something like that. I'm going to give it one more lap as well after this one, guys, just to see how close we can get, but I don't think we're going to get anywhere near Romain Dumas' time. Oh, I've invalidated it, pushing too hard into the last sector. Can't believe it. It's around about a 6:11, 6:12, something like that. Oh, understeer in the first turn. Yeah, really not a great start to the third and final lap here. Right, 6:10 is the target. Let's just see what happens. Keep it absolutely flat through there. This time DRS open as early as possible. Big curb hit. Oh, it's deactivated the DRS. Losing time again down the hill. Ah, terrible. No, no, no. Ah, ruined the exit, and it's the most important exit on the whole circuit. So we've lost, well, probably a good 7/10 there or something like that. We're still up, but yeah, that's going to make the 6:10 very difficult indeed.
the harder you push and the more you try, actually sometimes the slower you get, because you're just trying to find every last tenth and you make more mistakes and it costs you way more. So just got to take lots of risk and hope that you kind of keep it together. Much better through there, I'd say. Missed the apex in the top of the hill though. DRS getting messed up as well. 4 seconds up at the moment. We're 4.81 up on the time coming down the straight. I think that might be identical to the time difference in the last lap, or very similar at least, so we're probably looking at around about a 6:12. Unfortunately, we've not met any of our goals, but it just shows you how fast Romain Dumas is to take this thing round here in 6:05 in real life as well, not in a sim where you can afford to make mistakes. It's insane, absolutely insane. I'm sure there's a bit of time left in the setup, obviously a bit more time in the driving. I've made quite a few mistakes, but 5 seconds is a lot to make up. We'll try not to invalidate this lap this time. Still going a bit deep there, but at least we're valid. Understeer around the last corner on the DRS. It's going to be a 6:12.3, new session best. And I'm actually, you know, reasonably happy with that after just 3 flying laps. Obviously I was going to stop there, but it probably tells you how much I'm enjoying it. I haven't stopped yet. Just a little bit more. Just one more. Can you take this corner flat with DRS open? No. No, you can't. Sorry, Volkswagen. You didn't deserve that. But anyway, guys, that is going to be it from me for today's video. I hope you've enjoyed it. I have had a lot of fun trying out the Volkswagen IDR for the first time. And make sure, of course, you give Race Room a go. It's free to download the game. You can obviously get used to it, get up to speed, see if you enjoy it, and then you can pick and choose the content that you want to buy yourself. Hopefully they'll have more events like this in the future where they offer free content for everyone. We'll have to wait and see, but honestly, it's worth the money anyway, trust me. If you've enjoyed today's video, let us know by leaving us a like, and of course let us know in the comments if you've had a go at this, what time you managed to get. Did you break Romain Dumas' record? I definitely didn't, but hopefully I'll come back and try it again another time. Subscribe to the Traction channel for more racing game content like this and of every kind of discipline you can imagine, because Traction has it all on the channel. And of course also over on the Traction.gg website, all of the latest racing game news, reviews, and about everything else. So that's going to be it from me today, but thank you so much for watching, keep it pinned, and have a great day.